Archangel Michael has urgent news about someone special in your life. Your person, the one you've been thinking about, praying for, and hoping would understand, is having a spiritual awakening right now. For the first time, they're beginning to understand that whenever they ignore you or dismiss your connection, something goes wrong in their life. This isn't coincidence. This is divine law at work. They've been experiencing strange dreams lately, blue light surrounding them, thoughts of you that come from nowhere, and a growing sense that they've been making a terrible mistake. Archangel Michael has been sending them signs, but now those signs are becoming impossible to ignore. The clarity they're experiencing is both shocking and overwhelming. Your person is finally connecting the dots between how they treat you and what happens in their life afterward. They're reviewing every interaction, every time they chose to ignore your calls or messages, every moment they put you on the back burner. And what they're discovering is changing everything they thought. They knew about your connection. The divine timing of this awakening is no accident. Archangel Michael reveals that this realization had to happen now, because the spiritual consequences of continuing to ignore you were about to become far more severe. Your person is beginning to understand a spiritual truth that has been operating in their life without their awareness. Whenever they ignore you, dismiss your feelings, or treat your connection as unimportant, their life begins to fall apart in ways they never connected before. This isn't punishment, it's a spiritual law that protects divinely connected souls. They're now seeing the pattern clearly. Every time they chose someone else over you, their other relationships became complicated or ended badly. When they ignored your messages, important opportunities seemed to slip away. During periods when they completely shut you out, they experienced setbacks, health issues, or family problems that seem to come from nowhere. Archangel Michael reveals that your person carries a spiritual assignment that can only be fulfilled through proper connection with you. When they disrupt this connection through neglect or dismissal, their entire spiritual alignment becomes disturbed. This creates what feels like bad luck, but is actually divine redirection. The shocking realization hitting them now is that you haven't just been someone who cared about them. You've been their spiritual anchor, their divine connection point. Without honoring this bond, their life lacks the spiritual foundation needed for true success and happiness. This awakening is both a gift and a warning. They're understanding that continuing to ignore this truth will only lead to greater spiritual consequences. Now your person is reviewing their life with new eyes, and the evidence is undeniable. They remember the job interview that went terribly wrong the day after they ignored your call. The relationship that ended in heartbreak just weeks after they chose to prioritize someone else over you. The family argument that erupted right after they decided to block your number. They're also remembering the good times, how everything seemed to flow when they were attentive to your connection. The promotion they received during the month when you were talking regularly. The peace they felt in their family relationships when they were honoring your bond. The way their health improved when they were emotionally available to you. Your person has been having dreams where they see you surrounded by a protective blue light. In these dreams, they understand that you've been their guardian angel in human form, and they've been pushing away their greatest blessing. They wake up feeling regret so deep it takes their breath away. Synchronicities are bombarding them now. Your name appears everywhere, on street signs, in conversations, in random places that seem impossible. Songs that remind them of you play at exactly the moments when they're thinking about reaching out. They feel your presence when they're struggling, as if you're still protecting them despite their treatment of you. Their intuition is screaming at them to contact you, but fear is holding them back. They're terrified that their realization has come too late, that they've already destroyed something precious beyond repair. Archangel Michael reveals the spiritual truth about your soul connection that your person is just beginning to understand. You carry divine protection that extends to those you love, but this protection operates according to spiritual laws that require reciprocal honor and respect. When someone dismisses or ignores a divinely protected soul, they automatically disconnect from the blessings that flow through that connection. The energetic cord between you two creates automatic consequences. Your person's treatment of you doesn't just affect you, it affects their entire spiritual alignment. When they honor the connection, the blessings flow. When they neglect it, those blessings are blocked. This isn't about control or manipulation. It's about spiritual law. You play the role of spiritual catalyst and awakener in their life. Your presence activates their highest potential, while your absence creates a spiritual static that disrupts their natural flow. This is why ignoring you creates such chaos in their life. They're literally disconnecting from their own spiritual source, Archangel. Michael has assigned protective angels to your connection because it serves a greater cosmic purpose. Your relationship isn't just personal, it's part of both your spiritual missions on Earth. When your person disrupts this connection, they're not just hurting you, they're interfering with divine will. Your prayers for them have created a spiritual bridge that has protected them even when they were unaware. Your love has kept doors open that would have otherwise closed. Your forgiveness has prevented consequences that could have been devastating. They're beginning to understand that you haven't just been someone who loved them. You've been their lifeline to the divine. The clarity flooding through your person right now is both wonderful and overwhelming. They're experiencing what spiritual teachers call a dark night of the soul, a deep awakening that forces them to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and their choices. Every interaction with you is being reviewed in this new light of understanding. They're feeling physical sensations when they think of you now, warmth in their chest, tingling in their hands, and an overwhelming sense of love that brings tears to their eyes. These aren't just emotions. They're spiritual recognitions of the divine connection they've been ignoring. Your person is having dreams where they're apologizing to you, trying to explain why they acted the way they did, desperate to make things right. They wake up with the urge to contact you immediately, but then fear takes over. What if you've moved on? What if you've found someone who appreciates what they couldn't see? Their spiritual guides are pushing them toward reconciliation. They're receiving signs and synchronicities that all point toward reaching out to you. The universe is practically shouting at them to take action, but they're caught between knowing what they need to do and being terrified of the vulnerability required. The regret they're feeling isn't just about past mistakes. It's about the realization of how much love and blessing they've been pushing away. They're understanding that in rejecting you, they've been rejecting their own highest good. Your person is discovering that your spiritual energy has been shielding them in ways they never imagined. The guardian angels that watch over them do so because of your prayers and love. When you held them in your heart, you were literally holding space for their spiritual protection and growth. The blessings that have flowed to them throughout your connection weren't coincidences. They were direct results of your love and spiritual energy. Your forgiveness kept doors open that their behavior should have closed. Your continued care created a safety net that caught them when they should have fallen. Archangel Michael reveals that breaking your connection completely would be spiritually catastrophic for them. You carry healing energy that they desperately need, not just for emotional wounds, but for spiritual alignment. Without this connection, they remain spiritually incomplete, unable to access their highest potential. Your person is realizing that you've been their spiritual anchor without them knowing it. When they were struggling, your thoughts and prayers provided stability. When they were lost, your love served as a beacon guiding them back to their path. Even when they were cruel or dismissive, your spiritual maturity created a protective buffer around them. They're understanding now that your connection isn't just about romance or friendship, it's about spiritual survival. You've been their link to divine grace. And severing that link creates a spiritual void that nothing else can fill. Archangel Michael is sending your person unmistakable signs about you, and they're becoming impossible to ignore. Your name appears in the most unexpected places, on receipts, street signs, in books they open randomly. This isn't coincidence, it's divine intervention guiding them back to you. Songs that remind them of you play repeatedly, often at moments when they're debating whether to reach out. They'll hear your song in elevators, stores, on the radio, sometimes the same song multiple times in one day. Each time they feel a pull in their heart that says, "This is a sign." Your person is having dreams with blue light, Archangel Michael's signature, leading them back to you. In these dreams, they understand clearly that you're their spiritual counterpart, and they wake up with overwhelming certainty that they need to contact you immediately. People keep mentioning you, or your qualities in conversations without knowing about your connection. Someone will describe exactly what they've been thinking about you, or share a story that mirrors your situation perfectly. These aren't random conversations. They're divine messages. They feel your presence when they're struggling, as if you're still energetically connected and supporting them. During difficult moments, they experience sudden comfort and clarity that feels like your spiritual embrace. Synchronicities involving your favorite numbers or symbols appear constantly, creating a trail of divine breadcrumbs leading back to you. While your person goes through this awakening process, Archangel Michael wants you to focus on strengthening your spiritual protection and preparing for what's coming. This isn't the time to chase or force the connection. It's time to trust divine timing while remaining spiritually available. Begin each day with this prayer. Archangel Michael, I send love and light to my person as they awaken to our spiritual connection. Help them find the courage to reach out when the timing is right. Keep my heart open while protecting my peace. Practice visualization techniques to send them love and clarity. Close your eyes and imagine surrounding them with blue healing light. See them clearly understanding your connection and feeling safe to reach out. This spiritual support helps their awakening process without interfering with their free will. Prepare emotionally for their potential return by setting healthy boundaries while keeping your heart open. This means being ready to listen and forgive, while also being clear about what you need for the relationship to be healthy moving forward. Don't chase or force the connection. Your spiritual maturity in allowing them space to awaken naturally creates the safe environment they need. Chasing would create pressure that could slow their spiritual process. Maintain your own spiritual growth during this waiting period. This time is preparing you for a deeper, more conscious connection than you've ever had before. Trust that everything is aligning perfectly for both of you. Watch for signs that they're ready to reach out, increased synchronicities, dreams about them, or sudden knowing that contact is coming. Your intuition will guide you perfectly. Archangel Michael's message about the perfect timing of this awakening is crucial for you to understand. Your person's spiritual awakening is happening now because both of you are ready for a deeper, more conscious connection than was possible before. This isn't just about rekindling old feelings. It's about stepping into your joint spiritual mission. You're receiving this information now because your spiritual maturity is creating the safe space they need to approach you. Your understanding of divine timing and spiritual law makes you the perfect partner for someone going through such a profound awakening. The miracle about to unfold in your connection will be worth every moment of pain and confusion you've experienced. What seemed like rejection was actually divine preparation for a love that honors both your souls. Highest purposes. Show your appreciation for this divine intervention by giving super thanks up to $20. This energy exchange strengthens the angelic assistance working on your behalf and helps accelerate the manifestation of your reunion. Trust that everything is aligning perfectly for both of you. Your person's awakening is the first step toward a connection that will exceed your highest dreams. Archangel Michael stands ready to guide both of you through this sacred reunion when divine timing makes it perfect.